You may have a client ask you to make your pictures fit a particular file format, file name, its dimensions, and so on. And it can be pretty tedious to open each individual image up in Photoshop, resizing it, renaming it when you save it as a copy, and doing that over and over again. So I'm going to show you how to do this the quickest way possible. You can see here that I'm starting with a selection of 38 items. These are all raw images that have been processed in the raw menu. And I'm going to process these according to the specs for digital portfolio review coming up. So let's start by selecting all of our images here by pushing Command A. And I'm going to go to the Tools drop-down menu here. In the Tools drop-down menu, we're going to find different softwares that Bridge is connected with, including Photoshop, which is what we're going to sneak in here. And we're going to select this option here that says Image Processor. So it's going to open up within Photoshop itself, and we can see what some of our options here, what we're saving, how we're saving it, and then and where, right? So we have 38 images in Bridge that I'm going to be using, so that's correct. I want to save them in the same location. One of the cool things that this action will do is make its own folder, and everything will be within it. I will show you. Now I know that for this submission that everything needs to be a JPEG. They do not want a PSD or a TIFF, but you can see here we have different lossy and lossless file types we can use. I'm going to select 12, the highest quality for my JPEG. I also know the specifications are asking for sRGB, and I know that the request is specifically to have the largest side, of the image to be 2048 pixels. So in this case, that'll be my height, 2048. And I know that I've already checked it in Photoshop before, and I know that proportionally that would make this 1365. The rest of this is good for me. I'm going to push run, and you're going to see that Photoshop will open every image. You can see it going through the different raw images here, and it's compressing and saving these for me. If you're doing this with a bunch of images at a time, this is when you would go up and take a shower, wait for things to process. You'll see here that there is a JPEG folder now within that original content folder I was working with. And you'll see the JPEGs saving here as Photoshop is running through and processing them. So we can just fast forward through this part here while Photoshop is doing this. Now that we have our images reformatted here into the file name that the file size we are looking for, we can now save these according to the specifications of the request. In this case, there's a specific format for file naming. Let's see here. They're looking for first name, last name, project name, and image number. So in this case, these are all from the same photo shoot, so I'll just separate them between, I guess, people in order to show you how to batch rename this a couple times. So let's start with this first young woman here. To here. Looks like she's got one here too, kind of out of order. All right. And let's rename these that I selected here. You can see them highlighted in blue according to the requested formatting. All right. So again, similar to before, we're going to go to Tools. In this case, we're going to pick this top option here, Batch Rename. I want to rename them in the same folder. I don't want to remove them or move them anywhere else. And it's going to show us a preview of what this will look like. Let's start with the number 1. And we can use up to 2 digits. It's a pretty small selection. I think there's 18. So the format was as follows. I'll use my name first. It was first name, last name. Okay. And I'll do an underscore here to separate this from the next part, which is the project name. You can also see as I push this add button here to make more options for text that there are other names and extensions you can use within the name, from dates to letters, other file names, and so on. I'm going to continue with the text here because now we're going to do the project name. So I'll do maybe headshots spelled properly. That'd be cool. And then image number here. So we'll start here with 1. Yep, that'll work. Okay. So I'll go ahead and push rename, and it's going to be like bam, and they're all now named according to the formatting that was requested. Now let's move to the next one with our next selection here. So we have this young woman here. So we'll do select hers. And I'm going to go to tools and batch rename again, and we'll see that same pop up here. It's already starting with where we were before. In this case, I'm still going to start it at 0 because I want to always be starting at 1 when I'm doing my projects. And maybe for this one, I will call this nurse. And now we can see our nurse portrait, let's say. And push rename. And now we have our second assortments here named properly. And then we can do our last one. Here I have selected these. I'll go into tools, batch rename once again. Start from 1, start over again. And I'll just call this, I'll call this 3-point lining, I guess, just to pretend these are all different projects. Okie doke. And now we have resized all of our things. So this is how you can quickly rename and resize the images according to the requests of a client. In this case, we're working with dimensions of 2048 on the longest side in order to upload these images easily on social media or website use. So that's it, everyone. I hope this helps you prepare for your futures. Good luck.